Get talking on the issues that matter to you on 97.5 Kemet FM's Talkback Show.
Hi and welcome to the Talkback Show. You're listening to Kevin on 97.5 Kemet FM. Tonight we should be having a very interesting show. I have a packed studio. We have 5 guests inside here. Probably the most guests we've had on the Talkback Show to talk about religion. And the question we're asking tonight is are Christianity and Islam at war? We want to also look at the Pope's visit and its significance. So there's quite a lot to talk about. I'm sure a lot of you who've been listening to the news heard about the pastor in the United States who said that Islam is of the devil and he wanted to burn the Quran. And there's been a lot of controversy over that, and of course the 9/11 memorial that has recently passed. So we want to explore what is causing all these controversies and tensions between the two religions, and tonight we have quite a packed studio. I'm going to ask all the guests to introduce themselves, starting on my left. Bishop, do you want to introduce, probably say your name and which church you are the leader of?
Yeah. God bless you. Good to be here with you in the studio. I must give God thanks for this opportunity to be around God's people. My name is Bishop McKenzie, founder of Deliverance Power International Ministry, 633 Nuttall Road in Aspley. God bless you. Look forward to speak to you tonight.
Right, and to my right, we have a more regular guest in the studio.
Yes, Kevin, good evening and welcome. Thank you for inviting me yet again. My name is Pitman Browne, and R for an activist, the revolutionary approach to authorship. My first book, Inklings of a Black Christ. Apart from all of this, there is a wealth of community involvement in terms of organizations in St. Anne's. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pitman.
Oh, thank you very much, Kevin. This is Rev Dr Ephraim Nwachukwu of the Catholic Church here based in Nottingham. Dear listeners, it's great to have this lively discussion and to explore the things that matter to us, especially on the level of values in religion. It's great to be here again.
And we have a special guest all the way from Nigeria.
I am Rev Father Isaac Achi, all the way from Nigeria. I'm pleased to be here to share with you my own understanding of religion.
And finally,
Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. My name is Brother Abu Ja'far al-Hanbali. I am a junior theologian based here in Nottingham. I do work with the Karima Institute and also with the Lotri Institute, which is aimed at the youth and teaching the youth their basic theology. I've co-authored about 7 books, and I've done independently 3 books. So it's my pleasure to be here tonight to discuss matters that are pertaining to Islam.
97.5 Kemet FM. Kemet FM. Kemet FM.
right, if you'd like to join in on the discussion, as usual, you can call the studio on 0115-9248-672. That's 0115-9248-672. Remember, this is your Talkback Show. If you have any views or comments that you'd like to make, feel free to call the studio. You can also text us on 80008. Type Kemet, Kemet, leave a space and type your message, or you can email us on studio@975kemetfm.com. So we look forward to hearing from all our listeners out there, especially our listeners who have tuned in from all over the world online. All right, gentlemen, let's get straight into the discussion at hand. Perhaps starting with the Catholic priest that I have in the studio, because the Pope, his final day was today, and of course that has been in the headlines for the past 4 days. So, Father Ephraim, how was the Pope's visit? Would you say it was successful?
Well, basically, in the religious circle, we don't talk about success or failures. We talk about faithfulness. We talk about convictions. And we can say that from the point of view of his being faithful to his mission, he was spot on. And at the conclusion, we came to realize what he really wanted to get across. That it's time we have a love that is wise, and we have a wisdom that is lovely.
But at the same time, some people said he courted controversy when he said that Britain has a growing atheism.
Exactly. Well, that's part of the mission, to look at things as they are in his prophetic role, and really take on all those issues which have the potentiality to create chaos, not just now, but in the years to come. And that prophetic role, he wasn't found wanting. He gave it as it's supposed to be, and as usual, it will cause some controversy, especially those who have a short view of society. But we take a longer view of society to see things as they are supposed to be.
Some people have said that this Pope is the most conservative and really perhaps is out of touch with modern day values and modern day lifestyle. Especially some people have said that his stance on the not using contraceptives, for example, is out of date and not in tune with modern day living.
Well, basically, it depends on where somebody is coming from. He himself is coming from the point of view of truth. And when you come from the point of view of truth, you take a longer look at things. It is not about society, or about social consensus. It is about truths that last, that endure. And from that point of view, if you take the issues that he raised in terms of contraceptives and put them face to face on issues of family, issues of trust, issues of relationship, you will discover that it doesn't add up at all. Because when you add contraceptives in the mix, then we've lost all the basis of human existence and human trust.
But Father Isaac, you're from Africa, where we know that AIDS is a big concern and is a big problem. Wouldn't you advocate that contraception can save lives under those circumstances?
As far as contraceptive is concerned, it cannot save any life rather than to destroy it more, in the sense that the youths who find themselves going into such abuses, and then they will lose their moral dignity and personality. So what the Pope really said to the people of Britain is not only to them alone, but I feel it is to the universal world, of which it means that we need to turn away from all these social vices and then return to God and then seek for a way for salvation.
But in Africa, I mean, Christianity is still strong. I don't think you would say there's a growing atheism in Africa. Why is it that in Europe there's this change? There's, for many years we've seen the decline of the church in Britain, for example, and it is actually right across Europe. But in Africa we see a bit of a dare I say an increase in terms of black Christianity. Why is it that Africans hold strong to Christianity while it is in decline, perhaps some would say, in the West?
Yeah, you are right. In Africa, we still have a very strong Christianity, unlike in here in Europe. The reason is that just like the Holy Father, Pope Benedict XVI would say, we believe in aggressive secularism, of which, of course, it brought a lot of freedom to our young ones, and it makes them to lose their dignity. Meanwhile, there in Africa, we still have the sense of respect for elders, and then the respect for God, and that makes us always strong in our faith.
Okay. Yes,
if I may come in there too,
yes.
Basically, the faith is still strong in Africa, and is going to be strong in Africa for a very long time, because the faith has been good news to Africa. It has sustained the basis of Africa's communal life. It has sustained the basis of African value for care, compassion, like he said, respect for family and friends, for loyalty and mutual support, that doesn't need government intervention, that doesn't need business intervention. It has given Africa the basis of what it wants best without costing Africa so much. So basically, people invest in religion because it's giving them what they need in life, and that is family and friends to rely on when the going gets tough, So basically, here in Europe, it can be said that religion is going down a little bit, but we've got to remember that is in the context of so many other things going down here in Europe, because there is the aging population. There is also multiculturalism. There is the influx of other people from other parts of the world who are not Christians, so to say. So basically, when we say that it's going down, we got to look at it with reference to other areas of life that concerns population growth.
Okay. I mean,
well, because basically what you have seen since the last 3 days doesn't tell you that the energy is going down.
Yeah, but some people would argue that when Pope John Paul came, there were larger crowds. There was, albeit he was classified as a more charismatic pope. But when at least the media expected the turnout, as I said, to perhaps be to not be as large as John Paul. But you've seen some large crowds at the events for the Pope. But is that evidence enough that Catholicism and Christianity isn't on the decline?
Well, basically, like I said, we're not talking about numbers here. We're talking about faithfulness. And if you're to talk about faithfulness, I don't know whether you can compare that with any political group or any other religious group in this country. That was really, really massive. The turn-up was so aggressive, so to say, in the positive sense. But basically, we cannot compare yesterday and today. All of them have their definite points. They have their definite high points. By the time John Paul II came down here, things had a different shape. Today they are different. So for today, we are happy with the turnout. We are happy with the moving, but we are not resting on these laurels. We're looking for more people to pick up what Christianity is talking about.
Yeah.
Not basically being Catholic, so to say, but basically being people of value.
Okay, but Father, would you agree that the Pope's visit was overshadowed by the child abuse scandal that continues to persist in the church? It's not going away, is it?
Well, when you say overshadowed by, you may tell me what is overshadowed by, because the child abuse scandal, yes, the Pope actually came out and said, I am sorry about this. In the name of the church, I am sorry about this. And we had 5 cases of the child abuse. 1 is too much. But when you talk about 1 billion Catholics all over the world, when you talk about close to over 1 million Catholics all over the world, we're not saying that we're working for any perfection at all. The church is not perfect in any way at all. Yep. But the Christ Himself, who raised the church, is perfect. And basically, 1 is too much. But then when you put it in the context of the way we look at it, we see, yes, people are we deal with human beings who are not perfect, who are working hard to reach that perfection in the heavenly home, but then in time they can make mistakes. And he actually pointed it and said, these are sick people. Watch that. I said, the people who committed these crimes are sick people.
But it has been said that the church has been protecting these same sick people.
No. Basically, the church is a compassionate body.
Yes, but a lot of
it's not about protection. It is about dealing with them in such a way as to heal them.
But you've done that for the priests, but not for the victims. The victims have complained that they have not been treated well by the church. They've been ignored. and in some cases they've been pushed aside, so the treatment of the priests versus the victims, there seems to be a huge disparity.
Well, basically, one can claim that, but from the point of view of the Pope, you can see that he made them a focus, that any wounded person is our area of specialization.
But some people say it was forced to, because the media storm around it. Recently there were cases in Belgium. There are cases that keep coming out. Some would say that the Pope was forced to. In the past, he ignored the victims and the mass public.